Will Proposition 56 result in over $1 billion for healthcare for low-income Californians?
Let's talk about that.
Welcome back. This time we're going to go over Proposition 56. Proposition 56 is titled The Cigarette Tax to Fund Healthcare, Tobacco Use Prevention, Research, and Law Enforcement. It would have us get a $2 per pack tax in addition to current taxes on cigarettes. It would also get us an equivalent tax on other tobacco products, including something that's not had either federal or state excise taxes in the past, and that is e-cigarettes. They would now be taxed at an equivalent amount. So let's talk about cigarette packs. It's now 87 cents a pack in California. That would increase to $2.87 per pack of cigarettes for the tax. That's a lot. Obviously, this is going to cause decreased revenue in the state from taxes that we currently have on tobacco, because people are going to be either getting it from other sources or quitting smoking, which is the point of the proposition. Okay, so where does the money go? Here's where it goes. The revenue primarily goes to existing healthcare programs, tobacco use prevention, tobacco-related disease research, and law enforcement. University of California physician training, specifically family physicians and emergency physicians. Dental disease prevention. So, if use does decrease, part of the point of this tax is to then back fund the funds that are going to go dry with decreased tobacco use. So this is a kind of a vicious cycle sort of pattern where you tax it more, well, that decreases the use, which decreases how much of that tax you get, so now we add another tax on top of it to make up for the previous tax, and so on and so on. It would be required to be audited every other year. That's put into the actual wording of the document. There is a limitation on administrative costs. It's thought that it would get us $1 to $1.4 billion in 2017-2018. The opponents to it say that they don't like it because it's a way for these health insurance companies, they're accusing, of getting money that should be going to schools. Well, here's how that works. Back when Proposition 98 was passed, there was a certain minimum amount that had to go from the general fund to education. So education always had to get a certain percentage of the state budget. Well, Proposition 56 money would not be included in that calculation. So it just goes to these tobacco purposes. You don't take a fraction of it away and put it towards schools. So that's where that comes from. The truth is, it's not taking anything away from the schools. It's just not giving a percentage of its revenue to it. Also, they seem to imply that this is a very unfair thing to be doing, to not have these funds go to roads and to schools. Well, the only people being charged this tax are the people using the tobacco products. So I'll leave it to you whether you think you should vote yes on it or not. It is on the ballot. And the reason it has to be voted on by us instead of the legislature is because it does put in that amendment to the state constitution that allows it to get out of Proposition 98's percentage of money going to schools when it comes in. That's the reason. They wanted the money to be dedicated to the tobacco prevention, healthcare, all of these things. A little note about healthcare. This money that it's going to be bringing in, this estimated $1 to $1.4 billion is actually just a fraction of what the estimate is of what tobacco costs us in healthcare costs. And when you consider that it's heart disease, it's lung disease, it's lung cancer. There are some other cancers that have been linked to cigarette smoking. So there are a lot of healthcare costs, and it's legitimate for it to be dedicated to that purpose, along with tobacco use prevention, education, law enforcement. So again, I'll leave it to you to decide. Please do click to watch the rest of the series if you haven't seen it, or to continue on, just continue watching if you're already in the playlist. Thanks for listening.